I was TikTok. Like, I'm looking at TikTok and it's like, yo, they've been prepping this moment for the last 6 months. TikTok has been literally saying that this was going to happen. And then it happened.
That is when the title started showing up everywhere. Katt Williams reveals the terrifying truth about Jay-Z. Katt Williams exposes Jay-Z. Katt Williams was right about Jay-Z. The title spread across YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. Some of the videos crossed millions of views in a few days. Jay-Z did not stay quiet. He put out a long statement the same day the lawsuit got filed in December 2024. He called the allegations heinous and idiotic. He said the lawyer who filed the case had tried to extort him for money first. He said no real victim of a crime that serious would file a civil suit for cash. He said they would call the police. He also brought his family into the statement. He said his kids were going to ask him questions he did not want to answer. He said his wife was going to have to sit through headlines about him being a rapist. He said the whole thing was built to break his family down in public. The lawsuit moved through the courts for about 2 months. Then in February 2025, the accuser dropped the case. She dismissed it with prejudice, which means she cannot file the same claim again. No criminal charges ever got filed. No police investigation ever got opened. The case ended without a trial, but the damage was already done. Every clickbait title on YouTube that used Katt Williams and Jay-Z in the same sentence had already been monetized. Every comment section had already filled up with people saying Katt told us so. The story had already moved past the lawsuit and into folklore. Now we have to look at what Katt actually said in that Club Shay Shay interview. We have to look at the lawsuit itself. We have to look at how Jay-Z responded. We have to look at what the people closest to him said. And we have to look at whether the title at the top of this video matches what really came out of Katt's mouth. Because if Katt really did reveal a terrifying truth about Jay-Z, that is a story that needs to be told straight. And if he did not, then the people writing those titles owe everyone an explanation. What Katt actually said in the room. Let us go back to the Club Shay Shay couch in January 2024. Katt sat down across from Shannon Sharpe wearing a black hat and a black shirt. He looked calm. He looked ready. Shannon poured him a glass of cognac, and they started talking. The first hour was mostly about comedy. Katt talked about his early days. He talked about how he wrote jokes for other comics and never got the credit. He talked about how the original Kings of Comedy tour locked him out. He talked about Kevin Hart and how he believes Kevin got placed at the top by people who needed a clean comedian who would not say anything wild. Then the conversation shifted. Shannon asked him about the bigger industry. He asked about the rumors that had been following hip-hop for years. That is when Katt started talking about who he had been willing to call out and what it cost him. He talked about Harvey Weinstein too. He said he had been talking about Harvey years before the news broke. He said he saw Harvey behave a certain way in front of his own agency, and his refusal to play along was part of why doors closed. He brought up Diddy without saying his name at first. He talked about parties where strange things happened. He talked about people getting drugged. He talked about videos that exist. He talked about settlements that got signed. He said the public was about to find out things that would make them sick. He also talked about why he believed the industry could not touch him. Here's the key part. Katt never named Jay-Z. He never said Jay-Z was at any party. He never said Jay-Z did anything to a minor. He never said Jay-Z hurt anybody. The names he put on record that night were Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, and T.D. Jakes. Jay-Z was not in any of those sentences. Jay-Z was not in any other sentence in the full 3 hours. What he did was talk in general terms about the industry. He talked